Hello, YouTube family. Auntie is here. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. It's scoop, it's curls, it's hugs, it's hugs, it's hugs. Today, a little bit harder because there's a lot of people in pain today. There's a scandal brewing in Bishop T.D. Jakes' church, the Potter House. His daughter, Cora, announced that she was divorcing her husband. They just adopted 2 kids. Everyone's like, y'all divorcing? What happened? Now, there have been reports that her husband was in charge of the ministry featuring kids. He got caught up in something. They say he's still in jail. So I don't know if they even paying his bond. But a great embarrassment upon the family. Maybe they will address it later. But Cora has said, I am divorcing my husband. He is still in jail, probably because of the seriousness of the crimes. And anytime you go and, you know, underage and kids, it's just not a good thing. But Cora is saying, keep them in prayer. And they just adopted 2 kids. Get ready for the life story and book on rapper Lil Kim. Kimberly Jones. Yeah, she was in the mix there, the side chick when Biggie was married to Faith. But she had her own substantial career with Little C's Junior Mafia. That went to album 1996 Hardcore. Kim doesn't look the same as she did back then. And I hope you're doing this movie, you're doing this book. I hope she tells the truth. I don't like all that plastic surgery. And I don't like what she's done to her face, her body. Earlier this year, I went to a show that she was at, but she was taking too long to get on stage. You know, around midnight, I'd be like, I'm sleepy. I got to go home. So I'm going out. And she had all these people around her doing her makeup. And they were blowing a fan on her. And it just didn't look... The makeup was so massive, so heavy. Those surgical procedures. Then her butt was so big that she was walking like she was a dwarf. It was weird. People be like, what happens backstage? I said, sometimes you don't even want to know. You don't even want to know what's going on. But I hope that she tells the truth. Is it a self-image thing? Because Lil Kim was pretty. She came out with Hardcore. She was pretty. And then, as time went on, her look drastically changed. Is it low self-esteem? I know, you know, so show business and like, I want to look younger and da-da-da-da-da. But after a while, you got to listen when someone tells you, doing too much. Don't make that nose any smaller. But there was nothing wrong with Kim, so I couldn't even understand why she would go to these extreme lengths with the plastic surgery. So I'm looking forward to this movie. I just hope that it's an honest portrayal and maybe she'll explain why she did what she did. Brittany Griner, the WNBA star that's in a Russian jail, her wife, Sherelle, sat down with Robin Roberts. And she said what I think. How is she going to be when she gets out? They've extended her time. You know, when you go into prisons, you don't come out the same. Everybody that comes out, it seems like they've gone through something very traumatic and they're not here. Will she be ever able to play again? And the reason why she was playing for a Russian team, because they don't pay no good money in the WNBA. Because everybody's like, well, what's she doing there? Boy, it was a heartbreaking story to hear Brittany Griner's wife talk about how this whole process has been. Amber Heard, Johnny Depp, they said things supposed to wrap up on Friday. Kate Moss, who dated Johnny Depp for years, went on the stand. And she said, he ain't never beat me. He ain't never thrown me down the stairs. He never dragged me down the stairs. Because Amber said all this happened. And Kate Moss said it didn't. It is truly he said, she said. It's going to be real funny if nobody wins. Because he's suing her for $50 million. She got $50 million. she's suing him. He's suing her for $50 million. She's suing him for $100 million. This trial alone, that cost some money. I don't know who's going to win. Really, a toxic situation like this, there really are no winners. But it's going to be interesting to see what the judge decides. DMX, we lost the late rapper last year, and they've been fighting over the little bit of money that he had. He really didn't have no money. But judge has ruled that his common law wife, Desiree, she can't get a dime because she wasn't the wife. The ex-wife and her grown children are able to get something and I guess have a hand in making that money grow, because you got to make the money grow. You got to know how to invest and make things and market. You got to have a head for business. And this is why that Prince estate was so messed up. You had some who was like, just give me the money. I don't want to do nothing. And then others who are like hanging on like, we want to see if it can grow. DMX didn't leave anything. And now this woman who had been with DMX for years and her young son, they can't get anything. There's a saying, there's more money in death than in life, but you got to have the right financial people. Priscilla Presley, she ain't no joke. Elvis Presley didn't have no money. She refixed Graceland and turned it into this tourist attraction, and then the deals for Elvis, and they are beyond rich. You got to know how to make the money grow. The Michael Jackson estate, he has people in charge of his image, his likeness. And even though we kind of be hating what's going on with Whitney Houston, that's what they're doing with her. There's that Whitney Houston estate run by Pat Houston, but they're making that money grow. Are you guys excited about the Bobby Brown, the 2-night documentary? Because see, it's 2 nights, Monday and Tuesday, right? Then they go into this 10-part docuseries featuring his life today with his wife, with his children. They're going to show some things, you know, New Edition coming together. They completed that tour, thank God. I'm hoping they announce a Vegas residency. But it really focuses on his life now. But the 2-night special, because I've had more people say, well, what he got to say now? He going to be back there talking about Janet Jackson. He keeps talking. He must have really, really liked Janet, because she says nothing. She doesn't even acknowledge him. It's like he don't exist. It's like that Chris Rock. Chris Rock had this joke, and he said, ladies, y'all know y'all only supposed to say you had 4 men in your life. Just 4. Don't go over 5. 4 men in your life. Can't include, and this is what he said. He said, can't include the time you slept with Bobby Brown. And I told Bobby Brown that joke when I interviewed him years ago. And he said, Chris Rock made a joke about me. And I said, yeah, because they never supposed to admit that, you know, that they got down with you. And Janet is doing just that. She don't mention him. She just be like, she's in her own thing, but she doesn't mention him at all. Our prayers and condolences are going out to the family of Maurice White, the late founder of Earth, Wind & Fire. His oldest daughter, Mimi, has died. Her uncle, Verdine White, left a wonderful message about his niece. Top Gun, the movie, 36 years later, I was having a conversation with my family, because I'm having the darndest time. I really want to see this movie. And I told them, I said, yo, y'all going to have to watch the first one so you can really understand what this one is about. My niece, who's 26, says, I don't remember this movie. Where was I? You weren't born. You weren't born then. But watch it. You can find it on demand. You could. I really want to see this movie. They say it's good. The aerial speeds and the flying and all of that. Jay Ellis is in it. He played our fave, Lawrence, on Insecure. He's in it. But if you haven't seen the first one, because you may be a certain age, or maybe you are a certain age, and you're like, I wasn't into it. Don't go see 2. Refresh yourself with 1 so you will be ready. Leave a comment, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, because check this out, you will never miss a beat of anything. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. Just one final note. Can we please keep those in Texas in prayer? There's such a bad problem in this country. Gun control. There should be laws. There should be laws because everybody don't need to have a handgun, a rifle. There should be background checks because guns fall into the hands of dangerous people, whether you live in a rural area, whether you live in the inner city. It is a problem, and yesterday was heartbreaking. If you could please, as you say your prayers tonight, just for those families, those young children who never stood a chance. Just say a prayer for them. We'll talk with you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me.